Good day everyone. We are here to discuss about the chapter 16, the principles and strategies of teaching and designing IEP for learners with difficulty with self-care. Okay. When designing an individualized education program or the IEP for learners with difficulty with self-care, it is important to understand the principles and strategies of teaching these learners. First, it is important to use a person-centered approach when developing an IEP, which means focusing on the individual needs and interests of the student. This includes taking into account of the student's age, abilities, and preferences. Second, it is important to use a variety of teaching strategies when teaching self-care skills. This may include modeling, prompting, reinforcement, and prompting with rewards. Finally, it is important to ensure that the IEP goals are specific, measurable, and meaningful, and that students are given time to practice and receive feedback on their progress. Additionally, it is important to provide an environment that is safe and supportive, and to involve the student in the process of developing the IEP. Intended learning outcome. Use evidence-based instructional strategies to maximize learning opportunities for learners with difficulty with self-care. Educational approaches. The following educational approaches could be applied to both learners with intellectual disabilities and autism spectrum disorder, and to those with difficulties with self-care. Active Student Response, or the ASR. This is a strategy that promotes active student engagement in their own learning. ASR gives attention to the participation of all learners at the whole class or group level as they actively respond to the teacher questions at the same time. This is also a method of teaching that encourages students to participate more actively in their learning. It involves using a variety of tools and strategies to engage students in their learning, including the use of technology such as clickers and mobile devices. ASR encourages active learning, critical thinking, and collaboration. It also allows teachers to quickly assess student understanding and track student progress. ASR involves 6 discrete steps as follow. Teacher poses a question. Teachers can pose questions to their students and the students can respond in real time. This helps teachers to track student understanding, increase engagement, and provide immediate feedback. It also allows teachers to monitor student progress and identify learning gaps. The number 2, pupils are given thinking time to formulate an answer. It gives students the opportunity to think and respond to material presented in a classroom without having a participate in a traditional discussion. With this, the teacher poses a question and then gives the students time to think about the answer before responding. This allows the students to process the material and come up with a thoughtful response. It also encourages students to think more deeply about the material and can help build self-confidence. Number 3, all pupils respond at the same time in an active manner, with each pupil required to respond on an individual basis. This could be with the use of cardboards or sheets of paper with responses such as A, B, C, D, true or false, or like or dislike. Right. These students are required to respond to questions or tasks in a timely and appropriate manner. This could be done through the use of physical objects, such as the cardboards or the sheets of paper with responses such as A, B, C, D, true or false, or like or dislike. It is important that all pupils respond at the same time in an active manner, with each pupil required to respond on an individual basis. This helps to ensure that everyone is participating in the learning process. Number 4,
Teacher reviews pupils' answer by scanning individual pupil responses which provide direct insight into pupil learning. It allows teachers to quickly scan and review individual pupil responses to gain direct insight into the pupil's learning. This allows teachers to quickly identify any issues that need to be addressed and provide targeted feedback and support to help the pupil improve their understanding of the material. Number 5, teacher provides feedback based on pupil responses. Teachers can receive feedback based on their pupils' responses. This feedback can help teachers to identify areas where pupils need further instruction and areas where they have made progress. Number 6, teaching is adjusted when required. Teachers, educators, that teaching should be adjusted when needed to ensure that all students understand the material. Teachers should use a variety of strategies, such as providing differentiated instruction, assessing a student understanding, and providing additional explanations and practice opportunities to ensure that all students are able to comprehend the material. Additionally, teachers should be prepared to adjust their instruction based on the assessment of students' understanding rather than simply repeating the same material.
Task analysis. Task analysis. This approach means breaking down complex or multi-step skills into smaller, easier to learn sequence subtasks. Sidon and Princeton 2009 listed steps in the implementation of task analysis, and these are follows. Number 1. Identify the target skills to be taught. The target skills are listed among the IEPS. IEPS po is Individualized Educational Program. The target skills should consist of a series of change, discrete steps. Example, pagsisipilyo ng ngipin, paghuhugas ng kamay, and settings the table with individualized instructions that match the learner's characteristics. Number 2, identify the prerequisite skills of the learners and the materials needed. The learner's prerequisite skills are also listed in the IEP. Once identified, the teachers can move on to giving details to the task analysis. For example, if the target skills is brushing the teeth, the learner should have prerequisite skills of differentiating between a toothbrush and a toothpaste and holding the toothbrush in one hand. If the prerequisite skills are not yet present, the target skill should be redefined. Otherwise, if the prerequisite skills are already present, the teachers identifies materials to be used that are dependent on the unique needs of the learner. Number 3, breaking the skills into components. The teacher segments the target skills into more manageable components by completing the skills themselves and recording the steps. Ibig sabihin, dito sa number 3, dito paghiwa-hiwalayin ang kasanayan sa mga sangkap. Kinakailangan ng guro ang target na kasanayan sa higit pang mga mapapamahalaan ng mga sangkap sa pamamagitan ng pagkumpleto ng mga kasanayan sa kanilang sarili at pagtatala ng mga hakbang. Here are some example of task analysis for brushing the teeth. Letter A, first, pick your toothbrush. Ibig sabihin po, kunin ang sipilyo. Letter B, open the water tap. Buksan ang gripo ng tubig. Letter C, wash and rinse your toothbrush. Hugasan at balnawan ang iyong sipilyo. Letter D, next, pick up your toothpaste. Ibig sabihin po, kunin ang iyong toothpaste. Letter A, open the lid of the paste. Buksan ang takip ng paste. Letter F, squeeze or some paste on the brush. Squeeze ang ilang paste sa ulan ng brush. Letter G, close the lid of the paste. Isara ang takip ng. Letter H, put down the toothpaste tube. Letter I, brush your teeth. Magsipilyo ng ngipin. O, spit out any paste and saliva in your mouth. Idura ang anumang paste at laway sa iyong bibig. Number 1, open the tap. Buksan ang gripo. Number 2, rinse the toothbrush. Balnawan ang sipilyo. Number 3, place the toothbrush back in its holder. Ibalik ang toothbrush sa nilalagyan nito. Number 4, take a rinsing cup. Kumuha ng rinsing cup. Number 5, fill it water. Lagyan ito ng tubig. Number 6, rinse your mouth with water. Banlawan ang iyong bibig ng tubig. Number 7, spit out the water. Idura ang tubig.
So, okay, number 4, confirming that the task is completely analyzed. The first question here is, who will analyze? Of course, the one who will analyze the task is the teacher, no other than. Dito, sasabihin ng teacher kung nagawa nga ba ng maayos or natapos ng maayos ng estudyante niya, yung pinapagawa niya. And then, dito, nagagawa lang of course ng maayos ng mga estudyante if sumunod sila sa directions or instructions ng teacher nila. Number 5, determining how the skill will be taught. So, dito yung teacher yung magde-decide if ano yung strategy or format na gagawin niya para mas madaling makaintindi yung students niya. Kasi hindi naman lingid sa kaalaman natin na meron naman talagang fast learner and slow learner. Of course, mas kailangan pagtuunan ng pansin ng mga guro yung mga slow learner kasi mas kailangan nila ng paggabay kasi nahihirapan sila sa pag-intindi nga. And then, regardless of the format, dapat maituro ng teacher ng maayos and maintindihan dapat ng mga students niya kung ano yung tinuturo niya. Like for example, 'di ba, sa school, sa elementary, may mga makikita tayo doon na nakapaskil na steps on how to wash hands. Of course, makikita ng iba na or mababasa ng iba, pero hindi natin alam kung maiintindihan nga ba ng mga bata. Kasi yung iba, mas prefer nila na merong picture na nakikita. Kasi, di ba, kahit na hindi na natin basahin yung mga nakasulat, makita lang natin yung picture, may intindahan na natin kung ano yung sunod-sunod na dapat gawin kapag maghuhugas ng kamay. And last is number 6, implementing intervention and mentoring progress. So, ibig sabihin, para mas maintindihan or para malaman ng teacher kung saan nga ba mahina or malakas yung students niya, pwede siyang gumawa ng database kung saan mamamonitor niya kung may progress nga ba sa pagtuturo niya dun sa estudyante niya. And then, kung mapansin niya na meron ngang mahinang makaintindi or maka-catch up yung students niya, pwede siyang gumawa agad ng intervention para mas madaling makaintindi yung bata.
Good day, sir. I am Princess May Deroin and I am part of Group 16. and I am about to tackle one of the principles and strategies of teaching and designing IEP for learners with difficulty with self-care. So the first one is community-based instruction, or CBI. This is a strategy or instructional method that promotes the teaching and the use of academic and functional skills in the learner's natural environment. So the core of CBI program must be directly related to the areas that prepare students to function in their community. Another info about CBI is the setting, which means as well as the tasks should be relevant and age appropriate to the learners. CBI is recommended to be done twice a week with a classroom simulation, so learners will be taught to function as independently as possible. The second is systematic feedback. This is to give information to learners about their performance falls into two broad categories, which first one is praise the other forms of confirmation or positive reinforcement for correct responses. The second one is the error connection for incorrect responses. This means this is about when giving feedback, it becomes effective when it is specific, immediate, positive, frequent, and differential. The third one is direct and frequent measurement. This is measurement that is direct when it objectively records the learner's performance of the behavior of interest in the natural environment for that skill, while it is frequent when it occurs on regular basis. Play-based learning. This is a hands-on approach where play activities were used to teach cognitive skills to learners with intellectual disabilities. The last one is technology applications. Some learners are highly motivated by using technology-based tools. For example, there are computer games and tasks that are instantly rewarding and motivating that provide instant feedback about their responses.